46601.
Our next guest is John Hanlon, who is a smartphone reviewer, who's here to give us a look at the new Samsung Galaxy S5. Good to see you again, John.
Good to be back here, Gordy.
So this just came out a couple of weeks ago, right?
Yes, it did.
Okay.
Samsung Galaxy S5. Here it is, and here is the previous version, the S4.
The S4, the inferior, outdated S4 now. Just throw them away and get a new one.
Not quite yet,
Okay.
but you can if you want to.
Okay, what's the big deal with the S5?
Yeah.
Give us some features.
So you can see when they're next to each other, you know, they look pretty similar,
Yeah.
about the same thickness and such. But there are a few upgrades to the S5. A little bit, it's just a tiny bit larger screen.
Okay.
And this is 5.1-inch full HD display on it. It's got a 16 megapixel camera on the back. And two of the big things that they added with the S5 is a fingerprint reader on the front, a fingerprint scanner to unlock on the front, and also on the back is a heart rate monitor. So you can put your finger on there and it will actually give you, there'll be a heart rate monitor.
So when you see your cell phone bill, you can know how fast your heart is going.
Something like that.
Okay.
So the fingerprint reader actually works pretty well. So on here, it's...
You going to demonstrate it
Yes,
for us?
I can demonstrate it for you.
With your own fingerprint?
Yes. So
Okay.
you just scan your finger down and it says recognize there and you got it.
Wow.
You're into the phone.
Okay.
So it works pretty well.
All right. Now, you mentioned something about the video, 4K video?
Yes, so it's got a 16 megapixel still camera,
Okay.
but the video recording is what's called 4K, which I think we had discussed a little bit in past phones that can record 4K. But basically what that is 4 times the resolution of 1080 HD. So it's kind of a gimmick on smartphones, and people won't be purchasing or won't have 4K TVs in their homes for quite a while yet.
Right, yeah.
But it can't hurt, and it's always good to have that future proofing on your phone. So this
Sure.
phone can record at that resolution, which is just better than HD.
Now, how much does a phone like this go for? Do you have the retail price or approximate price?
On contract, so if you purchase it with a 2-year contract, with your normal upgrade, it's $200, and it's available on all the major carriers: Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, and Sprint.
Okay. So how long of a period are we talking about between the time this phone came out, the S4, and
Yes.
then the S5?
Yes, it's a yearly, annual thing.
Okay.
So just a year ago, and a couple of the other new things in the S5 is the battery life is really good. It lasts about 10 or 12 hours. With use, so it'll get you easily through a day.
Okay.
That's constant use.
Yes.
But it also has something that I really like called ultra power saving mode.
Okay.
And it actually turns off a lot of the features, but it allows you to still use the phone. It allows you to still text, and it puts everything in black and white. And Verizon says on that mode, the battery will last for just under 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing because it shuts off. It's basically like an emergency mode.
I see.
So if you find yourself not near a charger, but you need to make phone calls, it's a great little addition to this phone. So I think that could be pretty useful if you're in that situation.
Yeah, it's a terrific feature to have.
Yeah.
All right. Well, John, thank you for coming in. What's ahead? What's in the future? Anything? What's beyond this? The S7. What are they going to? 3D holograms? What?
We'll have to wait around.
Teleportation unit.
One of those, I'm sure, is on their list yet. We'll have to wait around and see. But the S6 is next year, and the competition is always really fierce in the smartphone. You've got the iPhone, you've got HTC, always competing there. But this is the S5, and it's a great phone.
Now, can you get one of those glass things and review that for us?
Google Glass.
Are they not? Are they out or not out?
They are. They went on sale to the public for just one day. I believe it was last week.
Okay.
And they're pretty steep. They're $1,500 still.
Oh, okay.
So
you can borrow one, review it, and
there are a couple of people in the Michiana area that are actually testing them out, but I have not gotten a chance yet myself.
Okay, great.
But when I do, I'll bring them in.
And if people want to find out more, they can go to jhanlon.net.
Yes,
right?
you can find out more, an in-depth review of the S5 and more information about where you can purchase it also is at jhanlon.net.
Excellent. Great. And I get to keep this one, right? Just for my own use. All right. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. We'll be back to find out what's happening in the Bend right after this look at the live music calendar.